My name is Alejandro de Aguila. I'm the regional advocacy coordinator for the Jesuit Refugee Service in Latin America. It is important to reflect on protection because there are still many people that, after being affected by a disaster or by a conflict, they suffer again violations to their human rights. For instance, they don't have access to basic services. They don't have access to education, to health services. They still suffer discrimination. They don't get employment, or they don't have access to a job. And right after an emergency, so it is important to reflect on protection, because of protection helps us, we humanitarians, to understand the root causes of the conflict and to prevent doing more harm to the people affected by conflict or disasters. I have a belief that suffering and evil are not should not have the last word in the life of the people affected by disaster or conflict. So that's my main motivation. Another motivation is that, being a humanitarian, you get to go to places you would normally otherwise would not go, and you get to meet fantastic people, survivors of disasters, of conflict, and you get to understand a bit of the dynamics taking place in the communities. So it's a very enriching experience to be a humanitarian and to do this job. So, and in the same line, the smile of the children that I work for, particularly here in Colombia, the displaced children, well, that's a very good motivation for me to do my job.